There you go.
Hey,
Peace to you, sister.
peace. Trying to get everybody on here.
Yeah.
I don't shit.
Are you on your phone or your computer?
I'm on my phone.
Okay, you can just slide it to the left.
Uh 1 second. Slow here.
It starts with a movement. All right, so this is
All
kind of like
right.
a suicide mission, you know?
Yeah, we're just gonna open up with a song
Real
and then
good
we'll
chance,
break in
real
with the
good
intro
chance
to
that we not
everybody and
too
then we'll
expecting this.
start flowing with the
Y'all okay with
presentation.
that?
Conflict is essential to the development and growth of man and society. It leads either to the construction or destruction of an entire group or state. As a leader of men, you should understand this concept without question. If you do not understand the need for conflict, then you should not be in control of the society you presume yourself to be in charge of. If there is no conflict, internal or external, there can be no growth. The resolution of a man's affairs, worldly resources, personal development, and the individual. However, conflict does not always mean physical confrontation.
Wake up and smell the doobie. They say this chapter's coming to a closer. And low as I might get is just enough to knock me over. To make my dope seem useless and me barely not be sober. Or take a good night kiss from my bitch, barely not reloaded. They say life is what you make it, but it's more like TV dinners. And we only taking heed to messages the TV send us. Neglecting what we feeling, disrespecting intuition. Knowing something wicked this way comes, but too afraid to mention it. That's flawed. The line wait for enemies to shoot you, that's hard. To log on and let programmers reboot you, that's hard. To keep us uninformed, don't you think? But if I'm planning full control, then why wouldn't I want you weak? It's a sad sight to see that we ain't one. Can't agree on shit, let's it's about some reality show on VH1. Too entrenched in trash to see that we the non-fucking factors. Unaware that we got bombs coming and a storm's brewing. And it's ended right before our eyes, and we don't even know it, dude. I just hope I can help you see it, so maybe one day you can say you saw it coming for it, dude. And look me in my eyes before you pull the trigger. And look me in my eyes before you pull the trigger, so I know who to hunt when I make it back. Technology's advancing on a daily, and soon we'll be living one of those futuristic movies from the 80s. Subliminals not necessary, they tell us to our face in so many words. Our future's fading out while everybody's faded. I'm jaded with envy, if that makes sense, but what does in a world where only dollars do? If you not sold, you undone like a corset, and don't nobody want you, but if it's forced out, we get ours. Come through this bitch, let me like, oh, torches out, cause they don't want us inside. So they turn lights on their porches out, and garage doors stay down, let's stay pulling they new Porsches out. Now my niggas thought the block was something to rip, and I ain't talking resent, cause I stayed on that street too. I'm talking possession with an intent, and while we checking niggas G cards, they checking out stars, plotting their courses for the quickest ways to get back to Mars. They blending aliens with Jesus, not sure where they gon' send us yet, and I'm stuck in the middle where all the rest of the sinners at. And it's ended right before our eyes, and we don't even know it, dude. I just hope I can help you see it, so maybe one day you can say you saw it coming for it, dude. And look me in my eyes before you pull the trigger. And look me in my eyes before you pull the trigger, so I know who to hunt when I make it back. I keep my head in the clouds even when my eyes ain't. I speak in gifts, so I bequeath to you this picture I paint. No charge, everyone wanna own the planet like it ain't so large. And if you measure in contrast, I guess it ain't no sword. So they keep armies on command and right at their disposal. In high society, they hook us to write up their proposals. They get high of excitement and shoot us up with boredom. They argue over millions, we shoot up over Jordans. Ain't too much in life that's surefire, but this is. You plan on running cause the rulers as the word don't measure up, but we employ them nonetheless. I mean, they all been taking shots, but so far everybody's missed it. Now the internet is selling post-apocalyptic kiss, and we so anti, we don't give a post-apocalyptic shit. But if you got your 2 mil, and Bevo's got them shelters, who else are we to blame? I'm saying we done fucked ourselves up.
Peace to the family, man. How y'all doing? Welcome to Sankofa 180 degrees. How's everybody doing, man? Glad everybody could join. Everybody is here. They supposed to be here, man. Welcome to everybody, man. How's everybody doing, man? Peace to you, Ramona. Ramonia.
Nah,
Right?
Ramonia.
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 Ramonier. Peace to you, Queen. How you doing?
Peace, King. I'm good.
All right. You want to tell the people who you are and you know.
Well, I was born and raised in Youngstown, Ohio. Um, I moved to Pittsburgh about 35 years ago. My father's side of family is from Louisiana and Houston, Texas. My mother's side of family is from Mississippi and Alabama. Our lineage goes back to South Sudanese and Cameroonian, and a couple more area countries in Africa. We're mixed up, as most of us are.
Right. Well, peace to you and welcome to Sankofa 180 degrees.
Thank you very much.
And we hope that you get, what you came on here for. Okay.
Knowledge. I'm always seeking knowledge.
That's right.
None of us will ever know it all. So I'm constantly on a daily basis seeking more knowledge.
That's right. And that's what this is about. That's what it's about. It's about knowing thyself. That's what we do here. Know thyself.
Indeed.
Right.
Okay.
Right. Hey, peace to you, Queen Carrie. How you doing?
Welcome. Hi, Kings, and hi, Queen Romania.
Ramonier. Hello,
yeah.
Queen. Nice
Glad
to
you're
meet
here.
you.
You too. And yep, just looking forward to this rest of this video and Gerald's presentation and learning more and staying open-minded. And yep, I'm glad you're all here, and I'm sure glad I'm here. I need it. Thanks.
All right. Welcome.
Right. That's right, Queen. That's right. And we're so glad that you are a part of this panel, man.
Let Wealthy talk next so he can mute his mic afterwards.
Yes, sir. Peace to you. Peace to you, Wealthy man. How you doing, King? Peace.
I'm blessed. How y'all doing? I'm blessed. I wanted to hold on, baby. I just checked in because I got my kids today and wife's at work, so I want to make sure that I check in because I wasn't able to check in on Friday.
Oh, but, good, man. Good. Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm still doing a little studying on what you gave me the homework for. With hold on, baby. So I'm gonna be on there on Friday, and I'll let you guys know a little bit more about it.
All right, man. Sweet. That sounds good, King. All right, then. Peace to you and the babies, man.
All right.
Hey, Wealthy, if you need to sign off, that's cool, man. I'm glad you checked in, B.
Yeah, no, we had this conversation yesterday. That's why I told you. I mean, I made sure I did that.
Yeah, no doubt. That's the dude right there.
All right. Yeah.
All right, love, King.
Peace to you, King.
Peace. Have fun with the fam.
All right.
Peace to you, King. Peace to you. What's going on, man? He flying in that ship again.
Who?
No, he talking to Eric.
Yeah.
Hold on.
How everybody doing? We doing good, King. We see you, man, strapped in. You flowing through the cosmos. Look like you coming through the black hole right there.
All right now.
Right. Okay.
And Milky Way.
Hold on a second. Wealthy, you trying to sign out or?
Yeah, I'm trying to sign out.
So look down at the corner, touch your screen, and then it'll pop up a leave button.
Yeah, I have a leave. Yeah, it should have a leave button. Yeah.
Yeah. He got it.
Yeah,
all right, let's rock and roll, Jamie.
Okay. Yeah. And peace to you, Gerald. Peace to you, King. What's going on, man?
What is new, channel? What's up, Jamie? Miss Ramonia, Ramone, my man.
Ramonier.
All right.
Ramonier.
You know.
Yes. I had to leave a slave name behind.
Happy to have you in our presence. Happy to have you here.
Happy to be here.
I'm happy to meet you amongst the panel. Really do mention to this Professor James Small video, and we'll be on from there. So
all right.
Already got called back up.
Thank you guys for having me.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
And then we got my brother, 180 degrees, Sankofa 180 degrees. Peace to you, King.
My man, Jamie. Hey, thanks for running the controls again, Jamie. What's going on, E?
Oh man, getting off work, man. Just Finished my work day and headed to the crib, brother. How's everybody doing?
We're doing good, man.
Doing great, doing great. I have a
glad-
question for you guys. I want to get the large ankh with the beads because I'm allergic to metal. So I have to have like the beads on it. Does anyone know anyone that makes that? They're always showing me the small beads. I want the big ones. They said it's masculine. I don't care. I have masculine and feminine energy. I want the big ones, big beads.
Yeah, I know you can go on Crowie, it's CROWIE.
Could you when we get off of here, would you mind? Can you inbox me?
I don't know if we can inbox on this, and I don't know all that, but I mean you can get a
Okay.
pen and write
So
it down.
Crowley, how do you spell that?
CROWIE.
Crowley.
You can go to that on Facebook. You can go to that on Facebook.
Okay,
Put it, hey,
gotcha.
you can put it in the chat too.
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
I'll put it in chat. Okay, I'll do
Yeah,
that.
put it in the chat. I can put that, yeah.
All right, bet.
Yeah.
So welcome to
Appreciate
Sankofa
it.
180 degrees, everybody. We're gonna jump back on the second half of like Gerald said, the second half of Professor James Small's video. And Ramonier, if you want to see the first part of it, you just go to either you can join our group, Sankofa 180 degrees, the Facebook group, and then you can scroll down and you'll see it. Or you can go to
Well, I'm gonna join the group.
Okay, you can join the group, or you can go to YouTube and put in Sankofa 180 degrees. Hit the little badge underneath it. It'll have Jamie's background in it. Right? It'll have Jamie's background in it, and you click that, and then you'll get the run of the whole videos. If you don't click if you don't click that button with Jamie's picture in the back of it, you'll get some of them. But if you click that little badge, you'll get the whole run of them.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Okay, bet. And if you always encourage people to have a pen and a paper. If you don't have it this time, next time, just
I will this time.
because these boys
I just got for work. I'm at my daughter's house, so I don't have too much of nothing but my wallet and my phone.
That's all right. You can grab a crayon and use the wall.
No, this is moving. Oh no. I can see me now writing on my daughter's walls. Oh boy, you gotta go, mommy.
No, I'm blowing smoke. I'm blowing smoke.
Yeah,
so welcome with the group. Welcome to the group.
Thank you.
All right, family. Here we go. Part 2 of Professor James Small's The History of Christianity in Ancient Africa. This is done by Sonetta Studios. Anybody familiar, man, you need run over, get over there, man.
I am familiar with Sonetta Studios. I am.
Yeah, get on over there and subscribe and share, man. That brother got a lot of good information over there, man.
Just
so this
one
is
second,
what this
Jamie.
is done.
Real quick. So if you are Ramonier, if you want to share something about the video while the video was going, just chime in real quick, and say you want to talk about that part. All right.
Okay.
And,
all right.
And other than that, mute your mic. So we need background effects. Okay, and then you can just unmute it and say, hold up. There's too much going on. Let me stop just right here and let's get it in. All right.
Right.
All right. Bet.
Right. Yeah. So this is the History of Christianity in Ancient Africa, by Professor James Smalls, and it's done by Sonetta Studios. All right. So y'all get over there, man, and check Sonetta out, man. And shout out to Sonetta and Professor James Smalls. All right, so here we go, man. We're gonna go to part 2 right here. Y'all can see that, right? Okay. And here we go, fam. So I backed it up a little bit. We entered at 108.4. But I just went on back a couple more just to get this part and keep going.
Kemetic body of information, and they're breaking it down to fit this modern people that have now invaded our lands, via the invasion of the first the Hyksos, 1700 BC, then the Hittites, and then following the Assyrians, and then that's following the Persians, and that's followed by the Greeks, and that's followed by the Romans. Well, none of them ever go back home after being defeated. So the remnants of these people are now in our land, and our elders and priests is trying to interpret our body of knowledge in a format to teach it to these invaders' children who are now being born and grown up in our land for centuries. You know? And then there's another great building, the ancient Coptic church, and the elders, which is the eldest of all Christian church. Now, the ancient Coptic church today is headquartered in Egypt. And I'm going to show you something on the next slide that should help your mind understand. The ancient Coptic church came about when Constantine called the Nicene Conference and called many of the brothers who was teaching this African spiritual wisdom together that was now under the Roman invasion and domination to try to put together a document that would be common for the entire Roman empire. And that document comes out to be what we call the Bible today. And according to the Pope before this Pope, 7 of the 10 men writing that document were Africans. And so the Coptic Church, a brother named Arius and his followers, break away from that discussion in Nicaea that Constantine is having because they disagree with the notion that Jesus is the Son of God and born to the earth and God came down and walked as a man. They said that was ridiculous. They disagreed with that. Their concept was that all human beings have the potentiality of the divinity. And so they escape and they go back, they make it back to Egypt. Arius, their leader, will be murdered later on, but the movement that becomes known as the Coptic Church continues till this day. Now this is the Coptic Church, Christ and his disciples being depicted as African. This is one of the oldest painting of Christ and his disciples anywhere in the world, and it is in the Coptic Museum in Cairo. So just spend a little minute marinating on that since this Easter thing is popping up. So here's how the Africans, before the Bible was even finished being written, depicted their teacher, who the West would later call the Christ, and depicted those who were the disciples of that teacher who would carry on his teachings. And this is in the museum, the Coptic Museum in Cairo. You can go see it today. There is no white painting of Christ yet anywhere in the world. There's no white painting of the Last Supper or disciples anywhere in the world for another 500 years. This is another picture from the Coptic Museum. This is the conception by righteous Anne. Anne is the most holy mother of the God. Saint Anna is the mother of the Virgin Mary and was the youngest daughter of the priest Nathan from the Bethlehem, descended from the tribe of the Levites, you know. And the Levites, you know, of course, these are the people who were the priest class. And so in the African picture, there ain't no white version of Jesus yet anywhere in the world. In the Coptic Museum, this is Jesus, the black man with his fro, and this is his grandmama, okay, Anne. And he's giving her a hug. And this is how African is painting their metaphorical representation of their teacher before the crackers take it and turn it into their thing. And you can go to Cairo today, you can go to the Coptic Museum today, and you can see these paintings and many, many others. I thought this was such a beautiful scene. This is Ethiopian Christians celebrating, I think, the spring, the coming of spring, which the West call Easter. And so I just thought it was such a beautiful piece, you know, them doing this, because when they're doing their thing, there is no Catholic Church yet. There is no Protestant church yet. There's no Luther Reformation yet. You understand what I'm saying? There's no Methodist, there's no Baptist, there's no Episcopal, there's no Catholic. None of that stuff exists, and yet we are celebrating this tradition, which goes back to ancient Kemet, and the metaphor that's expressed by Haru and his mother Aset, metaphorical mother Aset and father Asar, which comes from the pyramid text story of the beginning of creation.
So stop right quick.
Yes, sir.
Do you have a
So when we go back, when they were saying the Coptic had Jesus black, that's still metaphor. It's still myth. I don't care if he's black. Hebrew is black. It's still myth. So sometimes we'll go see that, and then we'll say, oh, he's historical because he's black. No. Still no evidence. No black one, white one. I don't care what color he was. The evidence for existence is not there. So we use that same criteria. That's all I wanted to say.
Okay.
I found just real quick. I found
Go
that
ahead.
interesting that the mother of they had the mother of Mary Saint Anna. I never heard that part before, so it's always good to watch these videos over and again.
Right, that's right. Okay, y'all ready?
Yep.
All right.
A PayPal account?
Yeah.
I want you to give that PayPal account first, real quick, before you finish. What I want to say is that we have 547 people watching the live stream. What I'm going to ask you, my family, is that out of 547 people watching this live stream, will you be kindly enough to drop $1, just $1, into Professor Small's PayPal account? Think about that right there. See, we don't have to jump out the window and say, oh, he won 20, he won 10. No, just $1 out of the 547 people that's watching, and we could raise money for Professor James Smalls to do a little something with it. And that will be at least 500. I would say 547. I don't expect everybody to do it. But for those of y'all who are watching, we are just asking for one.
Go ahead.
What is the Cash App name for the Cash App?
Oh no, we don't. We do this. We don't do this for money.
No.
Oh, I thought he was asking for donations.
No.
This is an older video. This is an older video that Tanetta did.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
sorry. Continue.
And like Jamer was saying, here on Sankofa, we personally don't ask for PayPal or Cash App or anything like that. But Tanetta was strictly doing that, and this is a few years old, but it's a powerful video.
Okay, continue.
Yeah. That's all. We don't do this for nothing, man. We do this for all we want is some attention. That's it.
You got it. All right.
That's it. All right.
The other brothers and sisters have a 30-room hotel complex for the last 10 years that we've been struggling to keep going. The Ebola has hurt us really bad, but we're coming back. And I need to get over there and do some work and some painting and some other things and just supervise and try to raise some money through the banks over there so we can keep it going. It is a beautiful retreat for anyone from the diaspora want to come. Our prices are flexible. We make our price fit what you can pay. It's called the Sana Lodge in Cape Coast, Ghana, a wonderful place. And the word Sana means the place from which one does not leave until your task has been accomplished. And so I hope that you can give the $1 any way that you can help. It would be wonderful. But learn, please, from what I'm doing and research for the Eastern Orthodox Church. And that church then was part of what was called the Byzantine Empire. That was the Roman Empire once it became Christianized, but it wasn't called Christianity yet, okay? And so one of their leaders coming down the Red Sea, the king boat sank and the king died, and his son was rescued by the Ethiopians and raised for some years by the king of Ethiopia, along with the prince of Ethiopia. When the boy got old enough and returned back to what is now Turkey, but was then Byzantine, and he then reintroduced this religious form to his friend, the prince of Egypt, who was now the king of Egypt, as he was now the king of the Byzantine Empire. And that's how this church in this form got started in Ethiopia. But even at this point, as it's being developed as the early Christian church, there is no Roman Catholic Church yet. The Roman Catholic Church would emanate out of this church, okay? And I'll show you that on a graph in a few minutes. But what makes this church important, the Queen Mothers of Ethiopia says, no, this is not our form of how we look at our culture spiritually. This is a foreign way of looking at the culture. So they burned all the churches in Ethiopia down. And this was the only one that was saved by the king. And so that's what makes it significant. So till this day, they don't allow any women to enter this church because the women burnt it down. But as a male, I was allowed to go into the church. And that's when I saw a 6th century painting of the Madonna and Child, black and as beautiful as can be. The Madonna is wearing a blue dress with gold trim. The child is wearing white with gold trim. And it was a tapestry over 6 feet tall from the 6th century. Michelangelo's great-grandmama wasn't born yet. And he paints the first one in Europe. This is the 5th century Byzantine church foundation in Ethiopia. So if you're talking the 5th century, the Catholic Church don't exist yet now. Y'all understand me? So you'll understand what I'm talking about with Christianity in Africa before it's in Europe. But we have a different form. And if you go look at what's going on in Ethiopia, there's nothing in Europe that resembles what's going on in Ethiopia. And after the Byzantine Empire falls, the Ethiopians will fall under the leadership of the Egyptian Coptic Church and will stay under the Coptic Church until the 20th century. When under Haile Selassie they will establish their own, or under Menelik, they began to establish their own bishop in partnership with the prelate from Egypt, and then under Selassie they will establish their own autonomy from the Coptic Church of Egypt. This debris, Berhan Selassie Church in Gondor, Ethiopia. I got to visit this beautiful church, and their metaphor and stories are painted from the floor to the ceiling. Every inch of the church is painted in the story of their belief system. And all of what they interpret as the Bible, which is a different interpretation than what we interpret, is on the ceiling and the wall. This is their hieroglyph. Okay? And all the churches, they have this. It's just magnificent, especially all the old ones. And this is how we carved the churches right out of the side of the mountain, our place of worship. Because we didn't call it churches, because church is an English word that simply means community of believers in God. It doesn't mean that building. The church is, I think it's a Greek word. It means community of believers. Okay. And this one, this is the church of St. George in Lalibela, Ethiopia. When the Queen Mothers burnt down all of the churches around Ethiopia, the king moved his kingdom up into the mountain, a place called Lalibela, where there was only one small pass into the kingdom. Even today, you could only get up there on this one small narrow road. And so he then built these churches down in the ground, carved out of solid rock, so it wouldn't be, and thus they would have an opportunity to rebuild. He built 11 of them, I think, or 12, before anybody could come in and burn them down and break them down. And that's how Lalibela came about. It wasn't that they were trying some great engineering feat. This was out of necessity. How do we create these places of worship without having it burned down to the ground by our traditional leaders? And this is it from the sky. I've been down in here. It's magnificent. You walk through this pathway in the rocks, you go down some steps, and you come out this door right here. And you go inside, and it is an absolute temple and cathedral in there, just carved out of a solid piece of rock.
Oh, they built that like down in the ground.
They didn't build it. They didn't build it. They just carved it. See how they carved out? That's right. They carved it right out of the rock. That's one of 11. They got 11, 12 of them.
Down in the earth.
Down in the earth out of solid rock. This is one piece. Okay? And they carved out the inside, so it's look like any other cathedral. Carved out the windows and the doors. It's magnificent. You got to go there. And this is another one in the mountains, in the side of the mountains, just to show you how fit. This is a 6th century castle at Gondor, Ethiopia. I just thought I'd throw this in so we know that we didn't learn how to build castles from England and
That's
Robin
really
Hood
deep. I never knew this.
Portuguese or King Arthur. They learned it from us. Okay. These are other castles in Ethiopia that predates any of the castles in England. So when they start talking about their castles and stuff, we know where they got it from.
Sorry about that. What'd you say?
Oh, I was saying that's deep. I've never heard this.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Sorry to
Yeah.
interrupt. Go ahead.
Oh no, you're fine.
Yeah, we got that work for you over here in Sankofa.
Okay.
All right, here we go. This is one of the master teachers. You are familiar with James Smalls, Professor James Smalls?
I am.
Okay, there you go. All right, here you go.
All right.
And this is Hathor Temple at Naga, Sudan, 2000 BC. And I'm going there to Hathor because when we think of Hathor, again, you got to start thinking of Mary, the symbol that becomes Mary in the Christian tradition. Then we go to this place called Old Dongola, 11th century AD, Christian community. This is what is important there. This is the Church of the Granite Column at Old Gondola, Sudan, in East Africa. Now, Sudan was one of the biggest Christian community before the Muslims invaded and destroyed most of the churches. But Africans are excavating their temples that predated the Islamic mosque so that they can restore their history. Hopefully, I can make it there this summer when I go into Sudan. This is the remains of an 11th century church at Bagnati, Sudan. Look at the enormity. They're just excavating this thing. This is 11th century. Look at the enormity of these pillars and what must have been above ground that these things were holding up. There is no transatlantic slave trade yet, right? Islam is just developing hundreds of miles away but have not invaded our lands yet. And so the Catholic Church has just come into being, so we ain't talking Catholicism. That ain't what this is, all right? This is our version of what they will call Christianity. And this is the Byzantine, and early Russia. I just kind of want you to see that there was something going on. While we're down in Africa doing our thing, you have the German invasions coming into Europe, and the German invasion starts way over here in the Caucasus Mountain, and these are known as the Ostrogoth and the Visigoth. They will go all the way through Spain, invade North Africa, attacking the Roman Empire. Okay, this is before the Muslims come. This is before the brothers whose history we talk about as the Moorish Empire would rise. These German crackers would invade at North Africa, and many of them still have their remnants living there until this day. That's after the Romans had sat on us for hundreds of years in North Africa and had again bastardized our people in North Africa, people we call Arabs and so forth today. And so I just want, while we are, and this is the 11th century, you got trade from Western Rome and trade from the Middle East, India, and China. You got, this is what this whole thing is about with white folks. It's not about religion. It's about capturing these trade routes so that they can make money to build their empires in the same way we saw these murderers in Brussels who just had a bad day a few days ago, who killed 25 million Congolese and helped to murder Patrice Lumumba, and now they're crying because the chickens have come home to roost in Brussels. Well, Brussels was built off of the blood of murdered Africans. So the chickens have come home to roost, and we need to understand what that's all about. Now this chart I want to take a minute with, because I want to show you I don't have a pointer, and I do have a bad arm, but I want to show you something.
Hey, this is important right here. This is very, very important part right here, man. Pay attention to this. This will tell you, this is how, see, this is the walk. This is the walk I was saying, that he walks you from the beginning all the way to where these people branch off at. And this is where your religions begin. Watch this, man.
33 BC is about the time, AD is about the time they said that this person called Christ died, right? 325 AD is when Constantine starts the call for the Nicene Conference to start writing the Bible. It would take from 325 AD to 789 before you get a Bible. I hope you all are listening to me. From 325 AD to 787 before you get a Bible. So all the African churches are operating, they are not operating out of this Bible. We only reference them as Christianity, but they're not called Christianity. This form that they're calling Christianity is what they copied from us. And so this period is called the 7 Great Councils. The first one is called the Nicene Conference, the first Nicene Conference. Then you had the second Nicene Conference. Then you had the Conference of Trent. Then you had the second Council of Trent. And then you had 3 more conferences before in 787 you produce what is known as the Bible. And it isn't until 1054. Now, Ethiopia's got churches all the way back there in the 3rd century, the 5th century, and so forth. You don't get until 1054 the Roman Catholic Church.
I just wanted to say, it's really important to study those 7 great councils and see which one of those, fake mythological characters are introduced in the individual councils. That's all I wanted to say. You good, Jamie?
Church. You understand what I'm saying? And now the unchanged Orthodox Church, these are the ones that comes out of what we are now calling the Coptic Church, and part of what is being discussed at Nicaea over that period of time. And so the Catholic Church will come into being at 1054. And then they would begin immediately. As soon as they adopt our information, the first thing the crackers do is put together armies, 1139, a little more than 100 years. They put together armies to invade the so-called Middle East, Northeast Africa, and call these armies the Crusaders. The minute we give them some information, they flip that and come with their war machine. And so it isn't until the 15th century that we get the Reformation of Martin Luther that produced the Baptist Church, the Methodist Church, the Episcopal Church, and the Anglican Church. So they don't come about until the 15th century. All this time, Africans already practicing this tradition they call Christianity. You understand me? Okay? And so by 1517, you see what is called the Reformation. That's Luther coming about and stuff. And then, of course, Henry of England severs ties with the Roman Church and created around 1529 what is known as the Anglican Church, out of which comes the Episcopalian Church. So understand me, people. You can go and find these things online, but I'm at least opening the door for your research so you can begin to enlighten yourself to see how people have been bamboozling us. This is the same chart, but that's more complicated. I won't waste time on that. This is the same.
Did anybody want to speak on that, man? On what we just went through? Anybody got to unmute yourself?
That's good. That's really.
Oh, no, I'm good right now. He's saying it all right there.
Yeah.
But you see where you see where it went though. You see where you see how he walked you all the way from Kemet all the way to where they done branched off to Martin. Where Martin Luther, that's where Martin Luther King get his name from. Martin Luther. When Martin Luther they branched off and started all these different denominations, right? And then now they got many more now.
Right. Yeah, this is crazy, man. Yeah,
Right.
because the Christian people argue, well, it's the same. This Christianity was the same that it was way back then. And it just ain't the same game. And especially when you get to the 7 councils of Nicaea and get into the information where the Holy Spirit was introduced, Mary, Jesus, and so on.
So when you walk through history like this, you will
Guys,
see.
I'm going to pick up this video on the group. I'm talking with my grandson right now, so I'm going to leave you, brothers. I love y'all, and Ubuntu, namaste.
All right, peace to you, and thanks for joining, man. Come and make sure you come back.
I will be back. Peace, brothers.
We're on
And
Fridays
sisters,
too.
still in there.
Yeah, we're on Fridays too at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Okay, I'll probably join you on Friday. Thanks for the video. I love it. I'm learning a lot.
All right.
All right. Peace.
All right. Peace.
But yeah. Like so, like you walk through history like this, man, no one can fool you, man. You can see where all this stuff comes in at, right? You'll see it, man. I mean, it's just not. It's and this is what you this is how you trace history, right? This is how you trace history, man.
That's
You
right.
know, I mean, that's just how you do it, man. You trace history just like this. You start from the beginning to where it started at, and then you know, and you go on all the way down to where it branches off, man. And this is all due to Kemet, man.
Right.
This all due to Kemet right here, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying that. I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna say that, man, because I mean, this is where they get their concepts. This is where they get all these concepts right here.
Well, once you understand, like if you push Coptic aside, right? If you push that aside, the Coptic Church, all this is Roman Catholic. So from 325, you can't go against them, right?
So from what now? Say it again.
From 325, when they pulled that first council in Nicaea, you gotta go with what they say, or you getting kicked out.
That's right. Or you're gonna get your ass killed. Yeah, that's right.
Right.
That's right.
Now, all them other 7 councils, other 6, right? These are not outsiders. These are all people who consider themselves Christians.
Mm.
And they arguing over certain things. And they
Right.
say, okay, this is what it's going to mean. Mary is a virgin. She is a virgin. She never had sex. And after she gave birth, she's still a virgin. Anybody don't believe that, you get kicked out. Okay? So it's a power thing. If you want to go to heaven, you better submit and say, okay, I'm with the Roman Catholics. I'm with whatever y'all say. So I can get my sacrament. When I go, I can get that cracker. You know what I'm saying? I can eat I can practice in the ritual. If they say I can't, then I'm outside. That shit lasts all the way till Martin Luther. Martin Luther is the one who broke that. And say, no, we ain't gonna follow y'all no more. I'm protesting. And they call them the Lutherans. But then others start coming up. This is what you gotta do. This is how we believe. And they was able to read the Bible. Before that, Catholics do not read the Bible. They are told. They don't get into it like that.
Say that part again so they can get that real good. I'll say it for you.
Catholics don't read the Bible.
Yeah.
Unless they just doing it in their own time, when they go to church, that everything, the priest and whatever the bishops and all that there, they running that. And they ain't even running it in the English language. You don't understand that language, they're just talking crazy. And that's Roman Catholic. That was the only game in town at one time. Yeah.
Yeah, because they knocked off everybody.
Yeah, and they say that, and then they want to stand on this is the word of God after the 7 councils is documented that they made it.
Well, what's they say this what it is, and then they put it in writing, then as again, if you call yourself a Christian and this is the word of God, and they put these dogmas on you, that's what it is. You might play around at home, but once they call your ass to that council, areas or whoever acting up, when they call you to that, that council, it's on the talking. You know what I'm saying? Simple as that. Yeah. You're going to bow down and you're getting kicked out.
Right.
Right.
Get it, Jamie.
All right. Hold on.
Gary, you want to say anything about that?
Nope, I'm good. Thank you.
Most Protestants, right? Most Protestants think when we coming over into Jesus, we getting baptized.
Right.
Any of y'all ever got baptized?
Right, I agree.
Yeah, I was baptized.
Yeah.
That was my coming over. I got baptized, I believe. Now I'm a new person. I need to follow this word.
Right.
I got baptized. I got baptized over and over because I think I was doing so dirty. I was thinking I was thinking that they was moving the boundary lines on me, bro.
They was moving the goal line on you.
They moving the goal line on me, man. Hey, that's real talk too, man. That ain't no mythology. That's for real.
What happened? What happened?
I said I got baptized so many times I can't count because I thought they was moving I was doing so dirty, man, and I thought they was moving the goalpost on me.
And to do a do-over, huh?
Yeah, many do-overs.
Many.
And I was serious about it too, man. I mean, that's real talk. There wasn't no laughing or joking, and I was like, man, I'm dirty as shit.
And that's just another one of their rituals. That's another ritual. It's just a ritual. It's you look. It's a ritual, King.
Right.
Hey, you got that ritual, and then you got the songs, what they call the hymns, right?
Right.
What can wash away my sins? That's
the spell.
Yeah,
that's the spell.
I was thinking the same thing, Eric. Then they put them spells on you.
Oh, that is the spell.
That is the spell.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then they dog us out about our love
loves me, this I know. My tells us,
That's right.
Yeah,
that's
the spell right there.
They put it right on you. Sing Lord,
That's right. I'm gonna tell you,
tells
this is why they gonna tell you what to do, and this is why, because the Bible says so. You better listen to this shit because the Bible says you better listen to it.
Right.
And you ain't nothing without the Bible. So if you try this on your own, you ain't gonna get it.
You ain't
Let
gonna
us
get
give it to you.
Yeah, and you ain't gotta read nothing. They just gonna read it to you all the time. They'll read it for you.
Let us be your guide.
And paraphrase the word of God.
Yeah, boy. Yes, sir.
Boy, I tell you, man, this was crazy.
You couldn't tell me nothing or say nothing bad about it when I was in Christianity. That's for sure. But I never came up against nothing like this. I'd have had to sit down and shut up.
Well, I mean, you gonna teach what you know. It ain't. Listen, man. Listen, man. We was a country that was conquered by Muslims. We would be Muslim right now. We'd be talking about Allah right now.
Right.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, we be talking about Allah right now. You know what I'm saying? Just like they is over there in Iraq and all over there, right? You be talking about you'll be a Muslim, king. So it's just about whoever conquers, man. That's what you're gonna be. Mostly. I ain't saying that there ain't gonna be no Christians because they everywhere. But I'm just saying, But yeah, I don't know.
Once you lose your culture and you don't know your culture, you'll follow anything.
That's right.
Once you know your own culture, and go back Sankofa, then you're being properly educated. Anything else is foreign and alien. You won't know that until you return back to your own source. Once you return, you'll say, oh, okay, yeah, this is what I agree with. This makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Now, some people, it can be their culture. If you Arab and you coming up Muslim, that's your culture. You should be comfortable with it. But for an African, a European, they should be, no, I'm doing something else that I ain't supposed to be fucking doing. You know? And then you know us, when we adapt something, we gonna take over. So we gonna outdo the goddamn Muslims. We gonna outdo the Christians.
Yeah, that's what it
Yeah.
be.
Yeah, they ain't never seen no shit like when we got into this goddamn Christianity. Singing, staying in church all goddamn day. They like, what the fuck?
But
You know,
you know,
we
but just
take it to a whole nother level. Have on our Sunday best, you know, dress to impress. Catholic clean. In there all day. Singing. Giving them all we nobody never did it like we do it. For real. Yeah. Talking about Hebrew.
you
Black
so
Hebrew
right,
Israelite
boy.
crazy as
Ooh-wee.
fuck. Ain't no Hebrew, ain't no Israelite like a black Hebrew Israelite. What? Talking about?
Look like a
Standing on the
suit.
corner, cussing God, got man, what? Just loud, just believing in that shit just gonna make you believe. Man, they be making white people get on their knees. They crazy. You know?
Hey,
You know?
listen, man. Yeah, man, you right though. You right. You know, but hey, I guess, hey man, like I said, man, if it's it's gotta be scary for them, man, for them to for someone to tell them that, dude, ain't nobody finna ain't nobody finna save you, King. You gotta do it. Like, no, man, yeah, man, for real. But yeah, y'all, all right, we're gonna finish. We're gonna finish. Y'all ready?
Yeah.
All right, let's roll. Hey, anybody else, man? Carrie, you good?
I'm good. I'm ready to go on. Thank you.
Okay. Eric, you good? Unmute yourself, King, if you're there. All right, let's see. All right, we going to roll. Let's go.
Same rendition of the same chart. And again, okay, this church is called the Hagia Sophia. This is the first great church of Christianity in the Western or the white world. It is the senior church of the Byzantine Empire. This is it today. The Hagia Sophia has been converted to a mosque after Salahuddin and his people took over the Christian world from them. And that's what when these minarets was added. It's no longer a church or a mosque at all. It's a museum in Turkey today that you can go and visit. And then we come to the great dog of the time, Constantine, Emperor of Rome, who started what we know as Christianity or white Christianity or Western Christianity. This is the dog that started it, not for the purpose of serving God with all that fantasy that we've been told. He creates this. He brings these Africans and other mixed race people together at the Nicene Conference. And the people, like I said, 7 of the 10 people who are the initial group that's putting the thing together are Africans. And what he's trying to do, Rome has now conquered all of North Africa and all of what we call as the Middle East, part of Kemet. And so now he needs to find a way to calm the native down. What does he do? How does he create, with this massive empire that they've acquired by war, how do you create a common ideology, a common philosophy where you can control the behavior of the masses? And that's why modern day Christianity was created, and that was the intent of Constantine, and he has proven to be enormously successful. Christianity is more successful than the founder ever thought in terms of controlling the minds of human beings using mythology and metaphor out of the very history and anthology of the people he's trying to conquer. And we fell for it because we were forced to fall for it at that time from the butt of the sword and the spear and the arrow, and then later by the brunt of the gun. This is a poor painting, but you can see that this is Constantine in the middle, and this is 4 of the black writers of the Bible. And I wish there could be a better painting, but this is one of the old renditions. Somebody probably put this together around the 15th century. But it was the Pope before this Pope who was in Cameroon, West Africa in 2009, and the story was carried in Newsweek magazine. It was in the spring of 2009, and he said he was saying while the Pope was in Africa, he said to the people in Cameroon who was in the stadium that of the 10 people who wrote the theology of the church, 7 of those 10 were Africans. So you shouldn't run from the church because it's your church. He was doing a hard sell, but the cracker was telling the truth, because in order to get what he wanted, he had to tell the truth. And so we knew that. Dr. Ben and others had told us that, but we've heard it now from different sources. Now, this is the Church of the Holy Sepulchre, built by the Roman Emperor Constantine on the site believed to be Jesus' tomb. Now, this was not the site of no Jesus tomb, because there was nobody named Jesus to have a damn tomb. But his mother went to Jerusalem, and the mother said that she had found the site where Jesus' tomb was. And so he came and built this church, which is this little thing right here. They built the bigger one around it today, but this is the original little temple he built for his mother over what is supposed to be the site of Jesus' tomb. And this is of course, the Holy of Holies in that space. And of course, this is the Vatican City, headquarters in Rome, and site of the Catholic religion located in Rome. And in the middle of St. Peter's Square is an obelisk, which is stolen from Kemet.
Pause that just for a second, James.
Of that great temple in Luxor that I showed you earlier. Now, if our religion was so profane and our ways so profane, why is this the centerpiece of St. Peter's Square with a crucifix of their God sitting on top of this African tekanut? You know, but I have to understand, Vatican City is not a church. It is a nation state, and because all land owned by the Catholic Church everywhere in the world is a part of this nation state, Vatican City is the largest nation state in the world. The Pope is an absolute monarch. The cardinals makes up his parliament and his government. The bishops are his ambassadors, and it goes on and on. They have their own armies. That's called the Jesuits. They have their own secret service, which is called the Black Pope, with their own intelligence network. They have their own currency, their own money, and they have their own banking system in Vatican. So you're looking at the Holy Roman Empire still existing today, and is known as the Catholic Church. Another look at St. Peter Basilica. This is the inside of the Basilica. This is the Holy of Holies. That's the Holy of Holies from a distance. It's full of things.
Everybody good? Everybody good?
Yeah, I was just I was looking at that part where the lady came over from. I can go back to it myself though. The lady came over and she said that this was where Jesus' tomb was, and then they built that church around. But
did you want me to go back there? I'm sorry, man. I had to jump
no,
off
you're
for a
good.
second.
You're good. I see the minute marker. I can go back to it myself.
Okay. Sorry about that, King.
No, you're good, King. You're good.
Okay. All right. Hey, anybody else? Good. Everybody else good, or y'all want to talk about?
That was Constantine's mama who did that.
Right.
Okay.
And so he had to do that.
That's when they was that's why right now they make a bunch of money as if really, they do a bunch of the fake stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was a start in, dealing with Constantine, him being the emperor at that time. And then he made Christianity his state, the religion of under his rule at that time. It became the state religion, if that makes sense.
Right.
Yeah. So they building shit and so-called finding shit and all this, and ain't nothing real about that. All fake.
Yeah, and then they got the Black Peter up there.
Saint Pete. That's
Yeah.
Saint Peter. That's Saint Peter now.
Saint Peter.
Yeah, that's Saint Peter in the
Saint
Vatican.
Peter.
Yeah, that's him. Yeah, that's Saint Peter, man. Yeah. Hey, yeah. Y'all ready?
Right.
Anybody else? Everybody good?
Right.
Good.
I'm good.
Zero, you good? Hey, everybody good?
I'm good.
All right, everybody good. I'm good too.
Things they've stolen from us. And I thought I'd throw this in. This is a statue of St. Peter, the man who was supposed to be working with the teacher that they call Christ, and they got a statue of him, but they got him as a black man with nappy hair. And they change his clothes often on all the holidays. And then this is St. Paul. They got him as a black man with nappy hair. So what else they lying to us about? This is a Christ in the Metropolitan Cathedral in Mexico as a black man. This is the Black Madonna in Barcelona on the left, and the one in Mexico on the right. This is the Black Madonna in Lorraine, Italy, being carried through the streets. And this is the confusion we in. How that happened? Here we are in the Congo carrying some cracker woman around, and the crackers walking around Spain carrying the black woman around. Ain't that deep? Ain't that deep, black folks? But so we just got to study. We got to learn some stuff, see how people play with us, and then try to play
black folks.
Uh-oh. They go Pope Francis kneeling down with the other pope, praying to the Black Madonna as they exchange power in the Vatican.
And now, where they at? Are they in the basement?
That's in the basement of the Vatican. And here goes another pope, the one before this pope, the one who died. I think this is John, praying to the Black Madonna in the basement. And then here's Pope Benedict at a crowd at the shrine of Our Lady of Sankofa in Poland, the Black Madonna. Oh, man. And then here's Pope John Paul and Our Lady of Vanity in St. Nicholas Church in Kiev, Ukraine. That's deep. And then Pope Francis, who everybody seems to love, this little father of modern genocide of African people. Take credit for.
Just for a quick second. They're supposed to have a real good museum in Kiev, Ukraine, holding like really, really important articles of our history. I forgot the name of it. He might mention it. I'm not sure. All right, that's all I want to say.
For the millions you've killed in the Congo in the name of your Belgian church. Pope Francis and the Black Madonna. When he comes in, they said, we've been lying. Now we got to tell you the truth. Here, worship the black woman. We giving it to you. So, what's the deal? What's the deal, black folks? Then and now, ancient Kemet, ancient Egypt, ancient Ethiopia, and today, the European people today. How our stuff has gone from blackest black over to white. So how do we take our stuff back? Now this is an 18th century painting by a European depicting Mary, Jesus, and Joseph arriving in Egypt during the Sed festival. And and the celebration of the birth of the Son of God, Heru, born of Immaculate Conception. So you can see the Egyptians, who they've flipped and made the Egyptians white, and then made the servants and the slave black, and then got the Egyptian worshiping a Set and Heru, what we would call the Set festival, which was they call Christmas, but it shows them in the forefront coming in with their new idea with the white mother and the white child and the father. This is what's coming into being, and the African worship of the Black Madonna and Child is going out of being. Tony Browder gave me this photo. I forgot the name of the artist who did it. And as you can see in the background, the great temple at Luxor, you know. But white folks showing you that they know the truth. They know the truth. They know the Black Madonna and Child, and they know the Set festival, which they call Christmas, is already being worshipped, and hated of it. And they changed the Egyptian from being black folks, make us slaves, and then make the Egyptian white folks. Crackers are deep. Conception is like rogue. You know, these are mental warriors at the highest level, psychological genociders. And of course, we got St. Maurice, the patron saint of Germany. They don't tell you about Maurice. You don't get no blacker than Maurice. Again, you got St. Maurice with one of their saints. And so what I've been trying to show you, that what this thing they call Christianity is just stolen black stuff. The thing they call Judaism is stolen black stuff. It's just fragments from the periphery of your system. The thing they call Islam is fragments from the periphery of your system. A good book, by the way, to look at the Islam piece is called El Jahiz. And you can buy it at Barnes & Nobles. It's called El Jahiz. It's one volume, but in the one volume it has 9 small books. It's written in the 8th century Iraq. And the most important book in there is the book called The Superiority of the Black Race Over the White, written in 8th century Iraq. He talks about the Prophet Muhammad as being black. He talks about the companions of the Prophet being black. He talks about one of the black women who were leading the medical corps of Muhammad's army. You got to read this stuff. Or you can read Ibn Khaldun, Philosophy of History, which is written, I guess Khaldun is writing around the 10th or 11th century in North Africa. And you begin to see how people just stole our stuff and then come back at us in this abusive manner. So this is the end of the presentation. But I just wanted to open a door that we can engage in a dialogue. So even with our brothers and sisters who are in the churches, we can approach them in a different way. I think we need to move away from this abusive attack, antagonism.
So that's pretty much it, man. Shout out to Sinetta, shout out to Professor James Smalls, master teacher, for such a great lecture, man. You know, good, you know, good visuals, you know what I'm saying, where he was showing improvement. So shout out to Saletta and Professor James Smalls. What y'all think, fam? What y'all think, man? What y'all think about that, man? Anything else besides, you know, what we've already, or we can go back to whatever y'all want to.
No, I just really like to, you know, of course I took them notes, man. And I've seen this video a number of times, and it just keeps on revealing more stuff. So
don't it, man? Every time, man. It seems like every time, you know, you catch a little more. I mean, but see what it is just because of your understanding.
That's right.
Has grown. And so now you're able to, you know, it's like a connection now, like a real connection.
There you go.
Right. And it's always go back to that frequency. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You hitting on that high level frequency, King. And yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? You floating up there where you see up there where he at. You see up there? Yeah, you see where he at up there? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You beyond that shit there, King. We be beyond that. We looking down into that. See, he looking down at that. See?
yeah. Yeah, you know, the first time I seen this, man, it was all shock value, right? Like, damn, what? You know, and now it's just you know, hearing more information to research, like you know, the view of St. George Church in Ethiopia, the Queen Mothers that burnt down the churches. They went to work on them, right? Except that one, right?
Yeah, and
You know, this stuff to
they ain't
research.
allowed they ain't allowed in the church no more.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey, I'm still here, fellas. I'm gonna just step away for a minute.
All
You
right, all
good,
right.
man. You
I'm
good.
just muted.
And then we went over, you know, you know, when Constantine's mom, you know, stepped on the scene and he stepped up. Uh, and then the said festival and in conjunction to Christmas, right? And then I just wrote down Saint Maurice from Germany, you know. He said they don't get no blacker than that.
I mean, hey.
Yeah, just interesting points, man, that I didn't pick up before. You know, I can go
Yeah.
on the Council of Nicaea all day, though. I can go to work on that one.
So work with that, huh, man?
I can give you that work on the Council of Nicaea.
You like that council?
Yeah. You know why, man? Because it introduced, you know, Arius had to bounce, right? You know, later on we know the different stories if he you know, was killed or he got sick or you know, whatever happened and stuff. But no solidified story of which one it is, and then they, you know, they forced Jesus on there. You know, that's why Arius had the beef, all right? He came down walking as a son of man, and he wasn't having that. And then they introduced you know, Mary, right? You got to have Mary up in there. That was a big one. And then they said the guy that had the Holy Spirit. I forget that might be the sixth council, with the Holy Spirit being that, you know, made to be accepted. All right. So I mean the councils are, and then they got different versions of that shit too, man. And of course they got more Caucasian versions because they're trying to smash to, you know, keep the real history hidden. And you know, they just gotta own their own shit, right? You know, stolen or not. All right, steal a watch, that's mine. Hey, Carrie was laughing at me one time because Andre stole the bike. I rode it and it got stolen, and Andre was all mad at me because his bike was stolen. Right? Same shit, same shit. You know that these people do with our history, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, anyways.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I mean, like I said, man, you know, when you're able to walk from one point of history, King, all the way down, right? Even, you know what I'm saying, all the way down to where the churches, I mean, I'm talking about where your churches start to split at. You know what I'm saying? Where where your religions start to split up at. You know what I'm saying? And you see where, I mean, because my thing is this: why no one mentions who was before Jesus?
Right.
Why no one ever mentions Serapis? Well, that they were worshiping before they found, you know, they voted Jesus in,
Right.
right? I mean, no one ever talks about that period of time, right? And you know what I'm saying? And I always wonder why no one wants to talk about that period of time. They skip that period of time.
Again.
They always skip that, but not even a period of time. They skip that part of the story because sometimes they'll go back to the Ptolemaic era, right?
Yeah,
But
right.
they won't talk about who they were worshiping or who they who they brought up to worship
Right.
or
Right.
venerate as as one of, so they can worship somebody that look like them. You know what I'm saying? So they want to, you know what I'm saying? So why no one ever talks about that period of time? I wonder why they always skip over that part and go straight to Jesus and the council. Why would they have to have a council if because there's something already in place,
Right.
right?
Right. Hey, your BK apologist boy, well, he put Serapis up on there, but he said it was a fraudulent claim. So get off of that one.
Oh yeah. Oh, so he said he didn't do that. You talking about the one that I was talking about?
The Serapis. Yeah, the one that, yeah, exactly.
So the one that we did, he said that was fraud. What was fraudulent?
Yeah, but what was fraudulent about it was the claim of Serapis, not on ours, but on any of the documents that are out there. They was toying with that one, saying, you don't need to stick to this, go back to Jesus.
Oh, that's what he said he was doing. He bent.
Yeah. Well, that's what he was doing. He was clowning on Serapis, just calling it fraudulent, right?
Oh.
No need to worry about Serapis. Let's just get back to Jesus.
Oh, I mean, but don't you think that's worth talking about?
I do, but they don't.
Yeah, I mean
do,
that's worth
but they
talking
don't.
about. Like let's figure out who that is. I mean, because yeah, that's there's a deity already in place. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They even took the damn near the same image.
Right.
What you think, Gerald? What you think, man?
When you're dealing with them, the source they use ain't gonna be proper. So they might use a source that's all don't make no sense. And they using that to make a point that ain't no connection. So I seen them play around like that before.
Right.
I don't take nothing from them. You know what I'm saying? Their whole duty is to make people who still believe.
Right.
And they don't have no honor in the way that they do it.
Right.
But Hellenization is the area that, just like you said, when I keep bringing it up, when Jabari was going against Carrier glossed all over it, like, you know what I'm saying, didn't know about it. So
Right.
I don't know what that's about. I don't know why scholarship ain't as tight on it as it needs to be. But yeah, that's the basic key right there. You know what I'm saying? When you understand Seraphim, understand that was one of their biggest threats to Christianity. We get into threats against Christianity at that time. ISIS and we keep thinking it's Osiris, but it was already changed to Seraphim. ISIS and Seraphim was the biggest threat to Christianity. So, maybe we need to go, maybe that needs to be a topic on different threats to Christianity. And then you'll find that Christianity would, even if you was a threat to it, they might take some of your shit and use it after the battle over. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna use some of your stuff. Or they was already using your stuff, however it was going, So that synchronization becomes a part of it, or usurping somebody else's idea.
So for it to be such a for some rappers to be such a major part in their transition,
Right.
they do not talk about it.
Yeah.
Why don't talk about it? It's very important in your history. Why do you leave that out? Because now it becomes more to explain. Now you get to see people get to see. Oh, now there's a SAR. Oh, it went to Serapis. Oh, it jumped to Jeeves. Now we're working with Jeeves.
Right.
Right. Like, but you don't talk about the other two that was before. You really don't. I mean, you talk about a little bit about SAR, but you don't talk about a Serapis at all, man. You don't hear about it. Like, you rarely hear about a SAR. But you know, you hear about it, but you don't hear about Serapis.
Right.
You know, they sweep him up under the rug, like, you know, we ain't gonna talk about that part of it because it's showing then it's you know it's part of that walk, showing you where these people bring these deities or these whatever with them, or develop them themselves. Yeah, but this is I like this. I've always liked this video, man. This video right here, I tell you, family, is a very, very good video for people that need a crash course, uh like a crash course through history, you know, from a time frame to another. And he's walking you down, man, and showing you the real historical data that's out here. And so what you're supposed to do is go behind, and any questions that you have, you need to research that. Don't take this for granted. Don't you know, for what it, you know, don't take it their word for it. Don't take our word for it. You gotta do your research. You gotta find. You gotta read up on it and check it out. You know, where you can see the history, man. It's important. Go ahead, Unc. You want to talk about it?
No. I was just agreeing with you, man. I was just agreeing with you.
Yeah, I'm just saying, man. Like, you know, listen, man. These people are literally rewriting our history in our face right as we speak. They're rewriting our history, man. I live in Florida. They said that they here in Florida. They said that the slaves they benefited from slavery. Our African brothers and sisters benefited from the atrocity of slavery. That they gained some type of skills that they were saying that they was given, you know, our African brothers and sisters, right? So this is the rewrite of history, and so on top of that, here in Florida, you are not allowed to teach Black African history. Excuse me, you're not allowed to teach Black African history. Okay, and there's other schools, other states that's taking up the same thing, and it's coming to a state near you very soon. I just want you to know that. So what's so important is that we keep our history, because we don't want to be having to research our history, our, you know, even just the history of slavery. We're going back way before slavery. See, because our history doesn't start in slavery, right? So we take you back way before slavery and walk you all the way to slavery, and we can walk you past it, right? We can walk you all the way to slavery and show you, man, where this stuff, what's happening, and show you the history. All history is African history, man. You better believe that.
Right.
All history is African history. Y'all better believe it. I don't care what nobody say. You better believe it. Anybody else want to talk about it, man?
No, I'm good. I'm good.
Uh,
This is a good session, man.
I think so too, man. Eric, you want to talk about it, King?
No, brother, I just got back, but Smalls, I could definitely listen to, but like you said, the attempt is real. The attempt is real about Black history and how they try to erase the culture and erase the consciousness. You can't erase what happened, but they're erasing the consciousness. So less people are paying attention to it, it begins to affect people in a negative way. So yeah, very important for this forum to be jumping off on a consistent basis, and we need 10,000 more just like worldwide, people coming together, talking about this thing and unifying. Yeah.
Right.
That's all I got, brother.
That's right. Queen Carrie, you want to talk about it? Want to say something about it?
Good session. You know, I was just talking to my daughter, I think it was yesterday, and she was saying that they're doing the same thing in Idaho that they're doing in Florida, and that, you know, there's just been a grip of librarians that have quit over it because they don't agree. They think that, you know, these books should be allowed, that the history should be put out there. And yeah, so anyway, glad you guys are all here. Thank you. I'm gonna get off, but appreciate all of you and love y'all.
All right, Queen. Thank you. Good feedback. Hey, brother, want to talk about it, King? Want to say something about it, man?
I just know that you know, that it changed my lane, man. You know, when I was introduced to this video, and right now I'm just looking up the women that burnt down the churches in Ethiopia.
Right.
Yeah. I'm trying to find that joint.
Okay.
Yeah, but great session, man. And you know, always, man, educational and informative and Afro-centered and just encourage people to do that research like Dr. James Smalls provided a lot of items to research and stuff. So, I mean, I just wrote down 10 and I've seen this video, I don't know how many times and took down notes. So I know somebody can get a plethora out of it.
Heck yeah.
That's right. That's right.
So over and over, we'll get something. Every time we watch it, get something else out of it.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
And as long as it's accessible, why not?
Right.
Why not take advantage of it and listen to what the brother's saying? And then, like you say, teach us how to research. There's ideas about how to research, how to do it.
Right. Yeah, and that shock value of watching it the first time, man, it really just minimizes the plethora of information it is in there. So you got to watch it a few more times.
That's right. That's right.
Oh yeah. You got to watch it over and over, man. You know what I'm saying? Because you're gonna get something. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, bro.
Go ahead.
Like you said, just take notes, cross-reference, and buy some books. When you gonna refer some books, refer some things to read, get those books, download a PDF, whatever it takes, so you can have the information on hand. You can research it when you deem necessary. I'll get up on the car. Yeah, that's it, brother.
That's right. That's right. Gerald, go ahead, King. Talk to him, man. Tell us about it, man.
Oh no, I thought it was good video. As you said, if you would introduce somebody to, if they could stand the heat. You know what I'm saying? Overall, it's it deals with just timid. And when you understand Christianity, as you say, the first Coptic church was in Kemet, you know. For one that could stand the heat and watch the whole thing and still want to be a Christian, they still could behind that history. You know, they gonna make Jesus black and all that. But they're going to say, yeah, well, there's a history of Christianity before slavery. They can make that argument. No, I didn't mean to go around. Well, who was we worshiping before slavery? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Right.
An argument can be made. Now there's people that could be worshiping the black Christ. You know. Now I don't know if that's true. For if you deal with your own personal history, where you got yours from, but he did make that point from the way that I looked at it from
Right.
without me judging. The other thing is just the history. I don't know why. I don't know. Maybe they only just care what Jesus done. But most Christians just not interested in history. The thing that happened afterwards. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter. Or sometimes the time before. But if you get somebody who can hang in, you can throw them dates on them, and they watch them dates, yeah, they're gonna start to question right then if they can think. They'll be like, something wrong here. Something ain't right. And he went through a whole nice little timeline. So nice. One thing, if he was clear to hear him say, I want to make a point about this. Whenever he was saying, he would say it's either they belief or their spirituality. He never would say it was their history.
Right.
He was clear to keep saying that. These people had their spirituality on the whole wall. This was their hieroglyph. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't saying it was their history, because he understand the original story, So that's all I wanted to say on it. But
Yeah.
good
He damn
information.
sure wasn't referring to it as the same Christianity.
Right.
Yeah. And see, that's why I wanted to point out too. I wanted to make sure that the family understood that at this point in time, there is no Catholic church. There is no Christian church. There's none of that, right? There is only so the Christianity that they're talking about at this point in time is completely different than what you see in your Bible. Okay, so don't get it twisted as if it's the same Christianity. It is not even close. So don't get that mistaken either. Okay, the Christianity that we're talking about that was before Europe is completely different than European Christianity. So trust and believe that. Completely different. Okay. All right. So let's not get that mistaken. Okay. All right. So okay. So we got to make that point. So don't get, yeah. But other than that, man, uh I always, like I said, when I talk to brothers and sisters, man, look, we check this video out. Let me know what you think. Just check the video out. All I want you to do is watch the video. It ain't a long video. It's not long, man, at all. You know what I'm saying? They say it's 2 hours, but it ain't. It's about an hour and a half, a little over. You know what I'm saying? The rest is just conversation. Okay. So I'm just saying, family, they changing our history in our face. The brother said that they're doing it in Idaho now. And like I said, coming to a state near you. Trust me, it's coming. Right? They got to do it, man. They can't have states conflicting on history. Right? So, right, they ain't gonna have that. So they're gonna switch it over. That's what's happening right now until they rewrite it. Then when they rewrite it, history books again, Black African history books, but this time it'll be rewritten as if they were literally helping and they were benefiting the slave, the brothers and sisters that they enslaved, right?
You teach me something else, master?
Right, you know what I'm saying? The same people that built the pyramids, the descendants of the people that built pyramids, You know what I'm saying? That they can't figure out today, but they gained some kind of skills, man, from this slavery that they. But anyway, so and then we got, don't forget that, you know, we got these other states that's finna put in the Ten Commandments. They put the Ten Commandments in back in the schools, right? Yeah, Ten Commandments.
Louisiana and Oklahoma.
Yeah, so you know, we gotta make sure that we that we pay attention to that too. So now they finna put Ten Commandments in, and I mean, you know, hey man, I would say, well, you know, you need to put the uh the other moral codes in there too, then, you know, because you know everybody don't believe in this one, or maybe somebody want the original instead of these joints. You know what I'm saying? Maybe someone prefer to have the original than to have these, right?
Yeah, me too.
But yeah, but anyway, so like I said, family man, let's keep up on our history. That we gotta, it's important that we know history, our real history, man, so we can teach our kids. You know what I'm saying? Just so we can show our kids, man, so the kids is not lost and they ain't trying to find out what happened in slavery when it should just be automatically happen. They shouldn't, they shouldn't, they shouldn't, they shouldn't believe that their history started in slavery. They should be able to go before slavery. They should be able to go back to, you know, 6,000 BCE, 7,000 BCE, back to 4,000 BCE, 5,000. They should better go back that far back and then walk you all the way to 2024. They should better do that and better do that historically, right? That's all. Hey, so you know, and your kids should they should be able to do that, man, and walk you all the way through there, man, to the day, man. Your kids should better do that. They should better walk you from 4,000 BCE to 2024 CE right now, today. Yeah,
Right now.
we should better do that, man, right now, right?
Right.
You know, we all should better do that. Can we do that? Can we walk our family, our kids down from 4,000 BCE historical record, historical data, and walk your child all the way down to, just walk you all the way down, man, till you get to all these different periods and times and places and people. And yeah, man, can you do that? Well, it's important that we be able to do that, man. Anyway, like, subscribe, share, man. Like, comment, give us a comment, let us know what you think about it, right? What you think?
Yeah, man, I think it's good, man. I think it's good. One of my favorites right there, man, if not my favorite. You know, there's other people to listen to. You know, Infodicia is really informative. You know, Dr. John Henry Clark, Auntie Dia, you know, Asa Hilliard, um, other bro, Tony Browder, Ashwater
heavy hitters.
You know, there's a whole bunch that you can go to, and
keep putting up the heavy hitters.
Some Marcus Garvey, you know, Malcolm X, you know, you can just keep it going down the line, man, and enlarge that brain with some good shit. Enlarge that culture. Get up out of that alien education.
Right.
I ain't gonna study no aliens. Yeah, you are. Yeah.
All right, man.
The paintings of them aliens is you. It was me. It was me.
Come on.
Yeah. I'm good, man. But like, subscribe. You know, put a comment in. Please put a comment in. You know, doesn't matter if you dislike it or not. Just put it up there. You know, we ain't biased. You know, we ain't gonna take it down because you put a dislike up there or bad comment. Bring it. And come visit us on Sankofa, you know, via Zoom. Sankofa 180 degrees via Zoom, and on Fridays where we have the open mic conversation. You know, we just talk about stuff, and then every Sunday we got a presentation. And then every first Sunday we got the children's book read. So you got to keep them kids educated, man. At least give them the opportunity or the platform to go to. You know, the parents might not do it, but the children might fall off into it. They got freedom now today that we didn't have before. You know, so big up to Sankofa.
Anybody else? Shout out to Eric. You good? I think we already went around, didn't we?
Yeah,
All right. Yeah. Okay. Gerald, you good?
Gerald is good.
Gerald, good.
Yeah, we good.
All right, family. Listen, man, we out, man. Thanks for joining, man. Check us out first Sunday every month, man. We got a children's book read coming up. That's another thing, man. Bring the kids, man. We get some more history, real African, Black African history, man. Real historical events, historical people. Okay. All right, man. Love y'all. Peace.
Hey, no doubt, no doubt.